Tank, we'll keep you in the know. In the big Bilge tank, we'll fix your techie woes and we'll break things and we'll make things so we're all together. In the big Bilge tank, we'll keep you in the know. In the big Bilge tank, we'll fix your techie woes and we'll break things and we'll make things so we're all together raking and we'll raise a cup of grog down in the big Bilge tank. In the big Bilge tank, come and join our pirate crew. In the big Bilge tank, we will show you what to do. And we'll hack it till we crack it and we'll tell the world about it and forget to tidy up. That's why it's now a Bilge tank.
Hello.
In the Bilge tank, come and join the pirate crew.
We've done that bit.
Welcome to Bilge Tank 082, which is going to be a pirate radio special. Yay!
Yeah, we got Rogue special guest again.
Yep.
Simply because I think Phil's just in a corner in Cambridge somewhere, just rocking and gently.
What? Wait, I thought this was Phil. Hang
No,
on.
no, no. This
we were
is second
separated at birth and we've just been separated for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had a very busy week or two. First we had the Pi Zero launch, and then we had the Pi Party, and in between that you and Phil and Rogue have been fixing kind of all the issues that arise out of releasing a lot of new software. Yep.
Yeah.
It's been fun and...
It's, basically when Pi Zero came out we had 3 different project kits.
Yep.
1 starter kit, 2 new pHATs.
Yep.
Plus I was frantically trying to get tutorials ready for all of those, so like assembly guides for the radio
Mm-hmm.
and the scroll bot and the mood light, whatever the other one is.
Yep.
Trying to get those ready, trying to do getting started guides for the new pHATs, which are now out, linked to in the description. Let's have a look at them first, actually, because they're kind of
I think we had more kind of irate people this time because the kits are so nice and fluffy. I think people expected it to be a bit more smooth when they realised that we still do everything a bit last minute. To be fair, it wasn't so much our fault this time. The board kind of arrived at literally the last moment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the Scroll Fat HDs arrived
10:30 the night before.
10:30 PM the night before they went on sale.
Yeah.
The audio was a bit poor apparently.
Yeah, I'll turn it down a bit. I think we're a bit louder than normal.
Oh, right, okay. Can we have a look at the tablet? Paul?
Yeah. There we go, let's get that up.
So this is for people that have bought the Scrollbot kit, which includes the ScrollFat HD, which is our new version of ScrollFat that has about twice as many LEDs, individual brightness control on all of the individual LEDs. It's actually centred on the board, which I like, because I'm totally OCD about that kind of thing. So I've put together a guide about how to kind of, go through all the basics for ScrollFat HD, how to install the library, which is basically just one of our one-line installers that you type in one line in the terminal, run it, and it installs.
Or you can use the dashboard.
Yeah, we have a. So was it 3 Bilge tanks ago now? One.
That was last
Was it
week.
last
That was
week?
the previous
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
I've lost track.
Yeah, well, with going to the Pi Party at the weekend, there's been kind of no natural break, so it's just everything's now a bit fuzzy, and it's kind of like, oh, it's Thursday. Shall we do something on a Thursday? Yeah. All good.
So this takes you through how to set pixels, how to kind of set whole rows or columns of pixels with a for loop, how to display text, how to do something a bit more fancy with trigonometric functions.
So this is still quite a small script.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly neat. So basically, by fiddling about with the x and y coordinates and then multiplying them by either sine or cosine functions, you can create really nice patterns which are either like slanted stripes or horizontal or vertical stripes, or if you do sine x plus cos y, then you can get like kind of plasma type patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah. And we were quite impressed because at the pie party, Carl Monk came up to us and showed us his hack. So yeah, let's show that off right now. He actually had hacked. He got it on like the Wednesday, and by Saturday he'd hacked Pong into the robot kit.
Yeah, so basically he had the scroll bot kit.
Mm-hmm.
He had it attached to a lanyard. So I think the clip of the lanyard was kind of through or around the kind of knobbly bit on the antenna.
Yep.
On the top. On the back of it, I don't know if there's a photo of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. So he basically attached a button, a clicky button on either side, and coded a game of Pong on it.
Yeah. Well, this is 2-player, so what it does is if you press a button, your bat goes up, and if you let go, it goes down. Simple one-button control, a bit like Cave, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually on the chat as well. So fortoffee.org.uk, and we were dead impressed by that.
Very cool.
Kind of one of the many things that made our weekend, which was superb.
See if this video works. There we go.
You watch it in all its glory.
Oh, that's really nice.
And he's done clever things like the dots in the middle in the flesh, they're actually at half brightness, so they seem dimmer. And he's got the score dots at the top, and he's using the kind of fading. Because the other thing is, as well as these pixels being more of you can control individual brightness, which is,
neat.
Amazing features.
Yep.
Sweet.
So that's very cool.
Yeah. What else went on at the pie party that we liked?
Oh, what else was
there? Was 3 Kickstarters running, wasn't there?
I didn't get to see any of the talks, but I think Fran Scott did a talk with kind of explosions.
That was like the plenary talk.
Yeah.
Instead of kind of wrapping up, they just have explosions and just walk away with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Fran does it. Yeah.
But they had lots of all the kind of usual suspects like Pie Top, the pHAT.
Pie Supply.
Pie Supply, Mod My Pie.
Yeah. Pies for Less. Pies. I'm making these up now. And Pie Moroni.
Pie R Squared.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was,
Caught up with everyone.
Yeah.
Saw lots of cool stuff. There was the Amazing Amy's, Big Amy and Little Amy.
Yeah. Gave away about how many billion stickers and badges
and soldering mats.
Yeah, drinks mats.
Yeah,
not beer mats.
Not beer mats, because we want to encourage hacking and drinking. We can demonstrate it, as we did in the pub. We had Masafumi with us from the Japanese Pie group. And the 2 Bens were there from Mime, who they launched their Kickstarter basically on the Bilge tank. And they were doing their victory lap as they finished on 538% funded. Pieborg launched their Kickstarter pretty much a couple of days before. They've got a new, bigger, badder bot kit. And Alex Eames was running his kind of abstract near-pixel art shapes. Yeah. Inspiring, yeah. So that's kind of plugging all the Kickstarters from our friends. Because we're not above doing that when we like them. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
So it was a good weekend and there was much catching up. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we haven't settled that one. How do you pronounce it?
We don't mind the wrong pronunciation, but when you're trying to make a joke about pie using the UK pronunciation of pie...
It's pronunciation, it's not pronunciation.
But it's a noun. You've got to pronounce it. Do you have a pronoun? Phil? Oh, not Phil.
It was a joke. Forget it.
Yeah. Well, I was making a joke on the joke. We're just too quick-witted for each other at this time. Anyway, yeah. So what we're actually looking at today is the audio stuff.
Pirate Radio, one more new tutorial
okay.
For the Moodlight kit, getting started with Unicorn pHAT.
Yep.
The same kind of routine, how to light pixels, how to make them blink, how to make a rainbow.
Because that's what they do.
Because that's the kind of standard Pimoroni things.
Yep.
Yep. So that's that. Yes, so
Done that.
here we go, Pirate Radio. So, the Pirate Radio kit comes with a Pi0W. Let's crack all this open. Pi0W, one of our new pHAT boards.
Check them onto the close-up so Brooke can show them off.
There we go.
Yep. So we've done the new boards a couple of times already, so
Yeah.
we'll gloss over those fairly quickly.
Yeah. So it's basically got VU meter, RGB LEDs, it's got stereo amp on it, and it's got buttons down the side to play, pause, back, forward, volume up and down, and power if you like. Plus a switch to switch between mono and stereo mode.
Yep.
So that's very neat. You get USB cable, nuts and bolts,
Speaker, feet,
speaker, adapter
adapters.
kit, headers, perspex bits, all sorts.
Stickers.
Stickers, yeah.
But what it doesn't have is the software, because it's a platform, you can do whatever you like with it.
That was one there actually.
It kind of does now.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
Stickers.
Yeah. So today we're focusing more on the software that goes with your Pirate Radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have a tutorial about how to put all of this together.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably, if you're quick, it probably takes you about 15 minutes. If you're a bit slower, then it probably takes about half an hour to put all of it together.
Yeah. Cool.
In terms of software, basically we have a one-line installer for pHAT. So if you do curl-ss get.pimroni.com/phatbeat pipe and then bash,
Or you can use the dashboard.
or you can use the dashboard.
Yep.
Yeah, just use the dashboard.
But yeah, so that will set up basically the DAC itself and the view meter to play through different sources.
Okay, so what do you do after you've done that? Is it run examples?
So you can either, if
Well,
you
you
have,
can play audio through, so you can use a playlist, you can use
Okay.
eSpeak, you can do...
YouTube.
Yep.
So you can, if you open the Chromium browser and then go to YouTube, then you can play like YouTube playlists if you want. The slight warning is that on the Pi0 and the Pi0W, because the CPU is a lot
Yes. The full desktop's going to be
a lot
a
slower.
struggle, and Chromium is going to be...
Exactly. YouTube is pretty buggy.
Right.
It tends to kind
There
of-
is a command line for it though, isn't there? Which is a
yeah,
hacky way to do it, but
yeah.
gets rid of a lot of the folderol like the browser.
So that's kind of the most basic way to do it. We have a tutorial that shows you how to. We're going to do a demo of this one.
Okay.
How to stream audio with AirPlay from your iPhone to your Pirate Radio.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay. So this covers like 3 of the FATs: the FAT beat, the FAT DAC, and speak FAT.
exactly, or
Yeah.
the built-in audio.
Yeah.
That's correct. It's something that I put together, I think, a month ago. That was for the FAT DAC, but it was easy enough to make it work with Speaker FAT and FAT Beat.
Yeah.
So it's based on SharePlay Sync, which is a kind of open source, I guess.
Yeah, AirPlay API. Yeah.
Yeah, AirPlay.
Somebody's asking, can you do this for Android as well as iOS AirPlay?
Well, there are solutions on Android to
Bluetooth is probably an easier option, is it
Yeah.
not?
But I mean, there are some solutions on Android to AirPlay.
Okay.
I believe so. Then.
Yeah, I think there's
Yep.
Google Cast, but I don't know
So-
if they have a...
Will that see it? We could even try it, couldn't we? We could have a look.
Yeah,
So this is joining the network at the moment, booting up and joining the network.
let's just see if it's
Apparently Pimroni are live on YouTube.
popped up.
Yes, someone is possibly talking to me in Flemish.
Yeah.
I will get back to you.
So I'm going to fire on my Spotify because
Let's
I'm
see. Oh yes,
optimistic.
it's popped up.
Yeah.
So basically, I'll just show that on the close-up. Can we get the close-up up?
Yeah, we can get the close-up up. There we go.
If I can actually find it.
Alright, I can't see any cast devices.
There it is. So that is Spotify that I've got up, and if I click on devices available, and then more devices, then you'll see it's got 2 additional AirPlay devices.
Oh yes, because mine actually is also set up for
One of which is Rogue's, and the other this Raspberry Pi one. And basically, the AirPlay device name will just be the host name of your Pi.
Okay.
So if you change that, then you can change the name of it. If you change the host name of your Pi.
Cool.
So now if I
There's
there.
a chat between the Belgian there. No, I speak French. They're trying to figure out what language I
In the darkness, begging please don't pin all of your dreams
Cool.
on me. Maybe you can count on me.
I'll just kill that before we get done for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Fair
actually,
use.
if there was people in the chat or actually watching, we were at the Pi party. I had a setup there, and I was also playing from a Google Drive, so
Really?
you can use a lot. I mean, anything. Once you've connected to the AirPlay speaker, it doesn't have to
It's
be
just
from iTunes.
It's finding good tutorials
Yeah.
though, isn't it, for each of these sources? Is it easy enough to switch sources?
From
So
well,
how do I get from a Google Drive? What's the essence
Oh
of
well,
it?
no. What I mean is that actually, he was playing here from I assume iTunes, but
Okay,
you can
so if
use
you're-
different sources.
It's basically just system
Once,
audio.
yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
On the iPhone.
so yeah, so
So the iPhone, and then you're just using that as a...
So
Yeah.
it could be Spotify, it could be Apple Music,
Yeah.
it could be
I was thinking more
Google
if you're
Drive.
going direct from the Pi, so no intermediate device.
no. I just mean the actual
Yeah.
pool of
Okay.
files. You can take them from the cloud as well if you want to.
Cool. So what are the tutorials have we got?
So we, I'm in the middle of trying to work out a Spotify, a kind of Spotify one that is kind of wholly on the Pi.
Yeah.
So as opposed to having to run Spotify on your phone and then stream it to the radio.
Because that's what we have running on our Slack, isn't it, essentially?
Yeah. So this is with Mopedy.
Okay.
So Mopedy is kind of like a Python, a bit of Python software that is kind of like an audio streaming solution. It has various plugins for things like Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Music,
YouTube as well.
YouTube, yeah. All sorts of different plugins. Also plugins that do things like GPIO buttons, which is one of the things that I'm working into the tutorial.
Yep.
Because the buttons on pHAT are linked direct to the GPIO. Annoyingly, I had all of this working last week, and then I tried to tweak one little thing, and the whole thing just kind of collapsed in a heap.
Like a house of cards.
It was so infuriating. It was working perfectly. I had all of the buttons working properly. I had the volume control working. The whole thing was working really nicely.
And then you did sudo rmrf, and suddenly it broke.
Basically, I tried to set it as a system process so it would come up when it rebooted.
Yep.
And that's when the whole thing kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
As a service, I think you kind of have to move some of the configs in the main domain or the user domain. I was reading that last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different setup whether you want to run it as a service or run it on demand from the actual machine.
Yep.
Cool. So that is so the other one that we've got is a really neat one that Phil has done. We don't have a tutorial for it yet, but Phil has put together a GitHub gist, which has the instructions
Okay.
on how to set this up.
So if you go to gist.github.com
But actually, that's
/Galaxoid.
been superseded. We have a one-line installer now, and the whole thing. Phil did a proper service for both the VU activity and the VLC, and all these bits are in the pHAT repo. We haven't made a README yet, but there's already a one-line installer. So, having said that, I always personally like to know what's going on. So you can read the gist and you'll get the gist of it.
Yeah.
But from this state, Phil has put some quite serious work into it to make proper services to be more in a Unix-like kind of way. I think he had a cron tab going there, which is probably the worst way really to do it.
That's my favourite way to
Yes,
do
I know,
things.
that's why I'm looking at you. Yeah, so you can read through that, you'll see the bits and bobs, but there is a newer version in the pHAT repo, and a setup for it, which the one-line installer that we've made, which is...
Sorry.
The volume buttons work.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm awake now.
Wow.
yes.
You can actually feel the breeze from the speaker there. That was amazing.
That was amazing. So you just press the top button to start the playlist, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now,
What else works?
That certainly was loud. Yeah. So there's a default playlist if you run the setup or the one-line installer. There's a default playlist, but you can customize it. That's Planet Rock, I would suspect. If you don't like any of the radio, blame Phil. That's got nothing to do with me or Sandy or Paul. Blame Phil anyway. This works away.
Cool. How do you stop it?
You can press play pause. Yeah.
Cool.
So there's a proper daemon for the actual pHAT. It's using the pHAT Python library to detect button presses, and they've been programmed as you'd expect. There's even, we're not going to press it, but there's actually a soft shutdown with the power
Well, we can do that.
boot. Yeah, you can do it if you want.
Let's start it playing again.
On an empty street, just an alley creeper, light on his feet.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not the nicest way to shut it down. You probably want to pause it first, maybe, but
Yeah.
it's
But
gone. And it's a
something,
soft shutdown, so it's safe. It's not going to corrupt your SD.
So G Jones, I think as Glenn mentioned something that's been kind of something you've been looking into, which is the click between tracks.
The click between tracks, well, should be fairly much gone now.
Yep.
We've got a smooth config going on.
Yep.
There is no way around the fact that if you take the speaker pHAT specifically, when you start and you stop a stream, you will put the speaker to rest, and it's a cheap speaker,
Okay.
unlike this, so you will get some noticeable click when you stop and you stop. With the pHAT beat, I can't hear it.
Oh, it
I
was
mean-
definitely there between tracks, yeah?
When you change station,
Okay, yeah.
you wouldn't really notice it. I don't think so.
Yeah, there was a little click.
Yeah.
We'll just reboot it.
But I think somebody was reporting it more with eSpeak, and you've got an eSpeak demo there.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean,
eSpeak is just text to speech, is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it works fairly well. I mean, I've mostly been testing it with speaker pHAT, and it's definitely more noisy than with pHAT beat. But
Okay.
it's really down
Do you want to show a
to.
demo now?
Oh
You
yeah.
did at the start of the show, yeah.
Let's can we get the close-up cam up to have a
Yeah,
look
sure,
at this?
yeah.
This is one of Rogue's epic hacks that he
So
does.
you were saying at the weekend you gutted some headphones, put some very small speakers in there, and connected it up to this.
Yeah, I have the setup here actually, or
Yeah.
sort of, so I could show you what was going on, because I like things which are a bit hacky, and I was wearing this. Oh yes, we have to close
Yeah.
up. Is it
There you
is
go.
it too close maybe?
Yeah, you can twiddle it
sure.
out. Sandy will.
Wrong way.
Whoa! Extreme close up.
Yeah, there you go. So basically, I've ACT headphone, cheap headphone from Poundland, just ripped apart, really just to get the carcass. And then I had some cheap desktop speaker, and I put some Velcro in, and that's the way it fits, literally. And that's what I was wearing and demonstrating doing the demo of pHAT beat at the Pi party.
But then you morphed it into.
And then, as you can see, you know, that was fairly hacky, but that's the way I like it. So there's a pHAT beat at the end of that one.
So that's the Butte function.
Oh yes,
cables.
exactly. Yeah. You literally unplug it. In fact, I was running just one speaker, so I didn't blast everyone in the room while they were trying to speak to the team.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So this is version 2.0 of it.
Yep.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, that one I put specifically together to test the VLC radio project and setup.
Can anyone guess what it's made out of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I recognise that.
So it's just basically a small setup, so I can leave it on the desk, and it's sort of slightly pointing towards me.
Yeah. So
That's
zero
what it is,
LiPo,
but yeah.
LiPo battery.
Oh yeah. Actually, let
again,
me
the
just
desktop
shut it
stick.
down.
No, we want to show the demo. Don't shut it down.
Oh yes, actually, it's alright, but I can do
You
it for
start it
demo.
up
It's
again.
not a problem. But yeah, so this one will.
In the Bilge, time to come and join the pirate crew.
Right, so that's actually speed going through this, and as you can hear, there is a small,
In the Bilge, time to come and
Click.
join the pirate crew.
but it's right at the start, but it's not really.
In the Bilge, time to come and join the
So is it
pirate
just
crew.
worse with the speaker fat, do you think?
It is much worse.
Just
Yes.
because of the frequency range covered?
Yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, the
Okay.
way the speaker really itself reacts to being powered on and off
Okay.
is not.
It might just be that DAC, but you're doing what you can to smooth it out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one actually, let me shut it down. Actually,
Yeah.
No, hang on.
what do you want to do?
I was going to try it. Has that got SharePlay on it?
You can try, yes, but yes, I've stopped because I have several services running on there. So, but it's SharePlay might be.
No, it's not. Is it just
Yeah, it is very
really
faint,
quiet?
but you can control the volume from there.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah.
Just
That's
turn the
Well,
volume
that's iTunes. What do you expect? Here we go.
There we go.
So it happened to be running SharePort thing. I didn't even know. It's just like that's a test setup, so I'm throwing things onto it, on top of one another, and somehow it actually still works. Never mind.
Amazing.
Cool. But what I wanted to show you, but it's the same principle as Sandy just showed you. But so you can see what this setup is. It's LiPo powered. So I have where is it?
There you go.
There you go. So I have a zero LiPo on 0W.
Yep.
I have a hacky button there to actually just power it on.
Yep.
So if I do that, you will see that. Can you see that one? It's lit up. The Pi is booting now.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have done that because when I plug that back in, it's going to
Reboot.
not like that.
We'll see.
It might,
It might be fine.
It might be okay actually. It's been okay with me today when I've been unplugging it and replugging it.
If I could aim, that would be better.
Yeah.
Of
I
course,
think with the
there's-
0W now it's got the bigger inductor on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot more tolerant of you doing kind of nasty things to the power.
So that's
is good.
essentially the VLC project that we've put live a couple of days ago, and when it boots, it will flash green to say it's ready.
Yep.
And basically, it will start playing the radio, and you can change channel. But that's exactly the same thing, except the skeleton is different, but the software running on this is what Sandy showed you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then basically, you can power it off, and it's gone.
Okay.
So-
I've had actually, interestingly, it's a 2000 milliamp an hour LiPo. I was actually doing some sort of rough test,
Yep.
and it lasts me 6 hours.
Yep.
I was really surprised.
It sounds about
Yeah.
right.
So it is actually quite viable as a LiPo powered solution.
So if you had two LiPos, you could just kind of like have one
Yeah.
charging and then the other one.
I mean, literally, I did that
Connected.
because I have to admit I sometimes work from my bed, and so it was on my bedside. I didn't really want sort of a power supply with the wires and all that. So that's why I put a.
But if you have, say, a chunky USB power pack with a kind of USB to micro USB, that'll power it for a long time.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
days.
We have something like the Anchor one that's 20,000 milliamp hours.
Yeah, you're
more.
probably talking about a couple of days, I would think.
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, that's what I usually switch to when the LiPo is down. But I have a couple. So usually I do as like Sandy said. I just when it becomes a bit low, I just swap them around.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you want to install that, then the way to do it is if you open a terminal, type curl -ss get.pimoroni.com/VLC radio pipe and then bash, or if you use the
Well, the dashboard actually
Yeah.
currently doesn't have the
Dashboard.
project, but I was working on this just before we got on the show.
Okay.
So I think when the next version is coming out, which might not be
too long.
too long,
Yep.
for a reason you'll find out soon, then the project will be also included in the next dashboard version.
Yep.
So you'll be able to actually.
Yeah, so basically if you run that, then it will say what devices that you want to install it with. So it will say either the built-in
might be
audio
able to.
or speaker phat, or yeah, we can maybe run it now. in
Yeah,
fact.
I'm going to try to show, and that won't actually reveal anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
so either built-in audio, speaker phat DAC, or phat beat.
Yep.
So it's kind of completely agnostic about what device it is that you're using.
As long as it's built-in audio or something we've made.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But could we kind of be nice and tell people how to support other things? Because
I mean,
there's a
it's-
lot of DACs
Can you
out
get
there.
the other layout?
Yeah.
So if you do the phat DAC installer, then it should actually work with things like the Hi-Fi Berry DACs and probably some of the Just Boom
I mean,
products and stuff.
we all
like
tend to
that.
be using kind of similar DAC chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically just I2S audio.
Yeah.
There you go. I can actually get it. But
In
as
really
you can
kitchen
see,
projects.
this thing will be in the next version, and essentially, oh yes, I know why it's not responding on the keyboard. It's just a flip. So basically, when you're, it's not that easy. Go.
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare.
That's what you get for having touchscreens.
Yes. Anyway, that's going to be on in the next version. So you'll have an entry for kits and project, and at the moment
Okay.
we'll have the pirate radio, and there's also a get started script, which I've done quite a long time ago, which just ensure that your Pi is ready. So we'll do an apt-get update, an apt-get upgrade, throw a few things that we think are essential really on a
Yeah.
Pi, which are not enabled by default, like
Okay.
A2C.
Yeah.
Nudge to the foundation there.
They
baby.
have their reasons usually.
So that's the idea. The next version will also have that, so you won't have to necessarily type the commands at the command line.
So then you're going to sleep for a couple of hours, and then you're going to look at a module for Pimoroni in Pi Bakery, yeah?
Yes, I have
So if
sort
you're
of
using
committed
Pi
to
Bakery,
that
yeah.
publicly, so yes.
So Pi Bakery is great for saying, build me an SD card image that I can distribute to people that includes these things that I use all the time, and hopefully we'll have soon a Pimoroni one in there.
So we met the chap
The bakers.
the chap that made Pi Bakery at the weekend.
Yep.
I didn't realise they were from Edinburgh. They were so lovely. He had his whole family with them, and they came up to our stall and they said, "We just wanted to thank you for giving us a shout out on Bilge Tank."
Okay.
And they were really lovely. So
Yeah.
and it's just an awesome project.
Oh, and somebody's done flotilla integration for Scratch 1.4 on the Pi. We tweeted about that, but check that out. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And they've kind of
So
done
that's
something we couldn't
Sniff
do.
then.
Yeah, some of it's based on Sniff, yeah, but there's also...
Is it a different project than your Sniff and Scratch and Sniff, or is it?
It's Scratch is using, yeah, the Scratch Python layer with Flotilla's Python, just to solve that because they were tired of waiting for us to try and get into new Scratch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
they have-
thanks.
Yeah, I
We could have showered them with gifts to say thank you.
Yeah. They actually had a demo with the Matrix module and the joystick module,
Yeah,
and they'd coded
they'll add it coded up again.
Defender.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, there was
So text adventure type game.
yeah, but there was like Defender, which was the one where
Yeah,
you
you
Oh, that one. I didn't see that one.
the-
You can go
spaceship you have
to
to
the
fly
forums
around.
and in the Flotilla section you'll find out.
Yeah,
Can we find it?
let's get
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else was good news at the weekend. We should have a couple more PHATs coming out soon, by the way. You heard that here, keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Or was
made
that what you
sure.
were trying to be?
Well, that's
quiet
what
about?
I was trying not to show on screen. Yes.
No, they're fine, yeah. They're good, they're kind of good utility PHATs. They're, yeah, sweet. I like them. Yeah, shiny.
What it is.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can show those off next week. And that'll give us something to do that we can be prepared for in time.
Oh, Defender.
You know, once Phil's written the software, Sandy's written all the tutorials, and everyone's had 2 or 3 hours sleep for the week.
Yeah, do you want
So
to?
that's all run at the moment.
Let's
You found it?
Yeah, let's get the
Sweet.
tablet up.
There we go.
Here we go. This is.
Oh, wow.
Is this going to play? Here we go. This is amazing. I mean, it's just the fact they've done this on like a tiny little 8x8 matrix display. It's awesome.
Wait, what is it plugged into?
I think it's.
Oh, the cable's just hidden, is it?
I think
I think it's probably on the Mac, isn't it? I think he has a Windows and a Mac version of Sniff.
Yeah.
that's not a Mac. I don't think that's a Mac.
Yeah, it's something, but it's
Is it?
amazing how it's kind of... It looks like the module's plugged directly into the computer,
Yeah.
which it won't be because it's I2C. But anyway, yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
But look that up, and if you've been waiting for a bit of Scratch support, that'll be the way to go. For now, we highly recommend it. It has the pirate seal of approval.
Yay.
That's a seal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks. Got it.
And do we have anything else left to say today?
I think that's about
Other
it.
than holding our heads in shit.
We'll have a tutorial. So we've got a getting started with Fat Beat tutorial.
Okay.
That should be up tomorrow. And if I ever get it working, there's the Spotify Mopedy one as well.
Which works on odd days of the week, but not even.
It's so annoying.
Basically.
It was working so well.
Yeah.
Even as like a nice web front end as well that looks really nice. It's called Iris. So hopefully I'll get that working, and there'll be a tutorial for that as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Next week might be either a Scrollbot or a Moodlight special.
No, new PHATs, hopefully.
Oh, new
Yeah.
patch, yeah.
We'll do that as well, you know, because, yeah,
Do everything.
we're not busy enough, right? Yeah. It's been an intense couple of weeks, and now we
crazy.
still need lots more sleep and drink. Yeah. But yeah, exciting things are happening at Pirate HQ, and yeah, good times. Right, thanks for tuning in, thanks for bearing with us. Well, we were a little bit late today, but not as late as we intended to be. Sorry we were early today.
And all the demos worked as well.
All the demos work well. We're getting quite
Amazing.
slick. We'll have
Yeah.
we're going to start breaking some things just so we don't kind of make ourselves look competent, you know.
Were there actually any questions? I didn't see any questions specifically.
There was a lot of chat, but not a lot of questions. So that's the way we like it. Interest, but nothing that makes us think.
Try to keep an eye on it, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't multitask.
And good luck to Sasha, who almost got their Pirate Radio kit today, but it was too big to fit in the post box.
Yeah, some said he was going to do a thing that had a Bluetooth beacon
Okay.
and a kind of dongle on his keyring so that when he walked into the room it would start playing, which
Sweet.
sounds like a really fantastic idea.
So like sitcom theme tune.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Dad. Do 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 do. Yeah. But Sasha's also glad we put it in a plastic box, otherwise the postman would have tried to ram it through the door. Not even through the letterbox, just like through the keyhole or something. Piece by piece. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
Yep, and we'll see you next week.
What you said.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care, folks.